The GSD was in government when the last constitution was signed. Keith Azopardi says it's 25 years since those negotiations began and that it's time to reopen talks.
There will be laws that provide better accountability of ministers, better quality of decision making produced as a result of all of that. But there also has to be constitutional reform. So looking at the nuts and bolts of the constitution to introduce measures that will ensure that there is better checks and balances. For example, constitutional commissions need to be looked at again, whether they work properly, whether you make certain powers subject to controls of other independent bodies. All of those issues is matters that need to be considered, and of course there will be wide consultation in that process.
Mr. Azopardi says it's not true to suggest that the GSLP Liberals are the only ones who can deal with Brexit just because they're the ones who have been negotiating it so far, pointing out that half of the government is no longer even on their slate anymore.
We have the political experience. In my case, I've had 8 years of experience working closely with Sir Peter Caruana at the highest level, dealing with issues with Spain and negotiations with the United Kingdom. I believe I do this all the time. I pick up heavy legal documents all the time. I'm immersed in clients, throw 500-page documents at me and expect me to read them by tomorrow. It doesn't faze me that we will be put in a situation where there will be a learning curve. And I believe that we can do it, and we can deliver a safety and a safe and beneficial agreement for Gibraltar.
Mr. Azopardi says, as Chief Minister, he would invite the Leader of the Opposition to be part of the government's delegation at the United Nations, so a united front can be presented internationally.
The UK, as I have said often, has already got its own arrangements with the EU, its own permanent arrangements, of course.